Welcome, everybody. Thank you for attending one of the last presentations of today, of the whole show. We will discussing today driving evolution in plastics recycling with novel technologies, and we are addressing it together. And there's three takeaways. Sorry. My name, Carlo Bouwmeester. I'm the Global Business Development Manager for BASF Chemetall. And I have with me Denis Savchenko, who is our Key Industry Manager for EMEA and South America. And then, to round it off, we have Mr. Pietro Spagni, our CEO for AMP Recycling, who is our valued customer that applies our chemistry in his process. As I said, three takeaways. First of all, driving evolution. Yeah, we need, and we have heard already a lot of presentations over the 2 days, that evolution, that we are evolving, that we need to think different, that we need to do different. Second takeaway, novel technologies. We are having a challenge. We are getting less clean feedstock from the post-consumer or from the post-industrial, for the post-consumer material. So the pollution is different. We need to develop novel technologies to cope with those topics. And then the last one, topic that you need to take away or take home, is we need to do it together. Because only together we can master these challenges. And in order to show you a little bit what we mean by that, is the value chain that we have in the whole plastic recycling. So we create from different sources, and from the different sources it goes into the sorting, into the recycling, into the product making, and the brand owners that need to design new products with the recycled content. In this value chain, we have already seen today and yesterday that there are a lot of challenges. So we will not repeat all of those challenges, but we will go into one. We will talk about the contamination of the plastic, and we will talk about the contamination, cross-contamination in the collection, meaning multi-layer materials, mixed plastics, etc. When I come back to, we do have to do it together, we see, and we have also discussed this over the last 2 days, the doing it together, meaning we have commercial targets that the brand's owner sets, which are around 50% of recycled content in 2030. That, again, we still have a long way to go, and we are yet at 20%. And then we have the regulation that is set to target 30% of recycled content. So there's a discrepancy. And in this discrepancy, you also see that we create barriers with the recycling, but also with the targets. And those barriers, we need to align. We need to make sure that we do it together, that we solve the issues together. And then last but not least, what you will ask us, what are you doing as Chemetall? What are you doing as BASF? And that's relatively simple. We have a drive, and our drive is to partner with you to improve your processes. And when it comes to a commitment to do that, we have to make sure that we invest today in order to have a success tomorrow. It's very clear, because if the longer we wait, the less likely we will achieve the targets in 2030. And And I cannot emphasize it enough, we have to do it together. Now I give the word to Dennis.
Thank you, Carlo. Hello, everybody.
Well done.
I will continue the presentation. So, as Carlo mentioned, that's a very good question if we can reach our targets, which we set all together. And in our team, in BASF, which do mechanical recycling, of course, the answer is yes, we can do it. And we know that we can do it only together, as Carlo mentioned. And in the next couple minutes, I will explain why we think like this. So first of all, in BASF, we are supporting the recycling process in different stages, starting from sorting and where it's hello? It works now? Good, okay. So we have in our portfolio first this device, Trinamics, which help sorting in different facilities, from small one, the manual one, to the big one. Then we have also solutions to save polymers during the recycling process in the end. Why? Because many polymers designed to survive the life cycle, but not all of them are designed to survive the recycling process, where they stress to the high temperatures, high mechanical friction, and so on. And for this, our colleagues from EV division developed a special product series, Cycle, which allows polymers to survive in these conditions of recycling process, improve mechanical process properties of recyclates, and reduce destruction of the polymers. To only one time. We also have another project, Resecure, where we have a marketplace which helps different stakeholders on the market to find each other. So for one side, it's recyclers who can find a new customers. From another side, it's brand owners and producer who can find recyclate with the needed quality and reasonable cost. Last but not least is we as a Chemetal, we are representing Chemetal, we are doing the part of washing process. And we are working in different markets. And what we brought from our different and long story of Chemetal is our main value. We work with the customer like with a partner. So we don't want to supply chemicals. We want to come to you. We want to see what is your process, go deep in this, and find a solution together. And of course, we have different solutions, Gardo Clean, Gardo Pure, this range of products. And our approach works, which proves that we have some customers in the market. Of course, we are not only doing and looking in the current situation, we also trying to go in the future, as Carlo mentioned, to drive innovations, to see what is the future, where we can help you to improve the process. One of these examples is recycling of flexible packaging, where for the moment, recycling rate is not so high, it's around 20% based on this data, and of course the targets are very high. For sure, it's very difficult to do this step, and there are many challenges in sorting, in collecting, in extrusion, and so on. From our side, we can help. We can help from the inking side to remove the inks from the flexible foils, because this is one of the main contamination in this direction. What we have done, We contacted the ink producers, take some samples, analyze them, find different chemicals which can basically remove 100% of ink. Then, when we start to do the long-term trials, we understood that during the working, inks in the beginning removes very good, but then there is an issue how to keep it in the solution, how to avoid redeposition of ink. For this, we also have now different ideas, and we are testing it now. We're not yet ready. That's why basically, who have any interest to this, to work together with us, you are welcome. We are here on the booth D32, so come to us, and we can discuss this topic deeply and go further in our joint development of the new process. Another example of the new technologies is the lamination, which is now becoming very interesting in the market. Recycling of PET bottles, as you know, is quite established. Everybody knows how to do it. With the trays, there are again different challenges, not only one. And from the chemical side, we are focusing on one challenge, how to split the layer between in order to avoid contamination of polyolefins in PET. And for what we have done, we contacted producer of adhesives, take analysis in the lab, check different chemicals. In the end, we found different solutions. And then, thanks to our customer, we tested it on the real line, check different possibilities. And at the end of the day, now we found a solution which can, with maximum efficiency, split the multi-layer packaging. And this is additive, which works basically in the normal washing process, so no need to change of the line, installation, and so on. I think Mr. Spania then explain a little bit more about this themselves. Summarizing, main takeaways, why we manage, for example, with multi-layer packaging. Because we were in contact with the different stakeholders in all industry. We also were in contact with the customer where we can test it. And working together, we manage. Yeah. As I understand, time to time, the sound is disappearing. But okay. I hope you're not sleeping now. Yeah? So, coming to conclusion, we can do it together. We still have time. There's still 2 hours of exhibition. Come to us and the booth D32. Yeah, and we will continue our journey together. With this, I will pass the next stage of the presentation to our customer, Mr. Spani. Now it's your turn. I hope your microphone will work better.
Thank you, Dennis, for the presentation. And just to say something about our company, of course, we are collaborating with Chemetal BASF in order to the washing chemistry for recycling, of course. But a brief an overview about our company. The company is AMP Recycling. It's an Italian-based company, part of a group, ILPA Group. We have 2 divisions, we can say, but 2 societies, that AMP Recycling, this is a recycling company. ILIP, it's a main producer of packaging, food packaging, PET and polypropylene and other polystyrene and so on. MP3 is another company produce sheet, maybe for automotive and furniture and so on. Okay, some number about the group. So the turnover, the employees, we are more than 500 employees, more than 300 million of turnover. We are based in Italy, in Bologna and Ferrara, and the sectors in which we are involved: retail chains, food, automotive, horticultural packaging, plastic converters. And we export in many countries. So this is a typical scheme of circular economy. And we, in the past, our company mainly recycled PET bottles. That is a typical activity of recycling. So to obtain flakes and pellets to reproduce packaging bottle to bottle, and in our case, trays and pallets. You know this circular economy scheme. So we decided to recycle trays. The effort was important for the group because the recycling of trays is a new activity with many problems. Many problems. The first time we put bales of trays on a conveyor belts of our recycling plant, we produce 90% of fines. From the centrifuge, the trays produce fines, so floor and unusable. And of course, there are mechanical problems. The three main critical points for the recycling of trays are brightness, as I told, heavy contamination with organic content, because trays contain ham, cheese, not only fruits, vegetable, and beverage liquid. And of course, the other main problem is the delamination activity. Many trays, especially in Northern Europe, we are in Netherlands, many trays are made of multi-material layers, 7, 9 layers, mainly PE, but also other kind of polymer, also with PET. PET is 80-85%, and 15% is other polymers. Of course, with some glue that take together the layers, and we need to separate the two polymers. And this is the main issue in this activity, and the main issue in which we collaborate with the Chemetal in order to delaminate this kind of product. We recycled 15,000 tons of trays, mainly from Italy, but also from Germany, French, and also Denmark. We try to recycle trays from Denmark. You can see some pictures of trays, and you can see also the differences between bottles and trays, because there are a very wide composition of trays. And the activity was very hard. It's a very hard recycling activity that need a special chemical products to wash. These are some examples of the kind of activity. Of course, the first pictures are bottles, but the T2T RPT is trays that we obtain in this activity. And now we can say that our pallets, our trays, produced by ELIP, a company of the group, is mainly made with trays, recycled trays. The quality is not, again, so good like bottles trays, like trays made from bottles flakes, but the quality is acceptable. And this is, for us, a very important success in this activity of recycling. Thank you very much.
Coming to a closing, we as BASF, of course, have to think broad. So the whole recycling process, as I said at the beginning, there's a lot of challenges. So it requires new ways of thinking, but more new ways of doing, because we have to act. We cannot wait. We just have to do. And we are ready with our customers and to cooperate, to make sure that we can improve your processes. However, if in the mechanical recycling process it doesn't work anymore, we also produce solutions for chemical recycling. Because, for example, the bottles or the trays have already gone through multiple cycles. Then we need the chemical recycling. So BASF is also producing or presenting more than one solution. So we do the mechanical recycling, the chemical recycling, the depolymerization, the solvent-based recycling. So all of that are solutions that we can provide to you, that we are able to discuss with you and to develop even further. Rest me to say thank you very much for your attention. And if you want to visit us, we are at D32, like Dennis said, and you can visit us at our mechanicalrecycling.com website. Thank you very much.